Alright everybody, here it is, the final rendition of my Clubcar 87 Predator 459 build. You shouldn't see any more videos on this unless it's like a oil change or something goes wrong. I still gotta redo the bushings in the front end. I've replaced the hubs already. They still got to camber in a little bit because them bushings are wore slap out too. That whole front end's got to be rebuilt. There'll probably be a video of some of that, but yeah, we're just gonna do a walk around. The original golf cart was black. It had a black body on it. The only thing original on this thing now is the floor pan right here, the pedals, and the frame and the axles. So what I've done to this thing since I've got it, obviously the body's different than the original what we started out with, because that old 87 body was fiberglass and it was busted all up, and I was going to have to do some body work and all that, so I bought a roller that it was identical. I mean, it's the same body. I bought a roller with a good body. It had the roof on it and it had the back seat frame, but it didn't have any cushions. And like I said, I vinyled them cushions together. That cushion was off the front of the old golf cart. Had me some stickers made on eBay or Amazon. That 459 was right here, and I cut it and centered it up. I mean, it ain't perfect, but I like it stacked better than side by side. And being this was an electric body, it didn't have the choke hole right here. It had the plug hole, and I just had some beige paint because I did some work on the roof. I'll show you that in a minute. But I had some beige paint and I just painted it. But I ran my starter button. This is the factory starter button up here, and I installed a choke cable, a manual choke cable. So here's the roof. The roof was in worse shape than I thought it was when I bought it. It had this crack here, which is right here, and it had this damage here on the front. Now I'll tell you about this damage in a second. But when I bought it, I took some roofing material that I had from a camper, and it's tar tape essentially, and I just cleaned it up real good, and I put it over them cracks. There's a thing of rubber tape under the tar tape that's 4 inches wide over the crack, and then this tar tape goes over the top. And I painted it beige. It was silver, but I think it turned out good. And then like 2 weeks after I got it running good, my son drove this under a tree trying to go back in the woods, so I had to fix that too. It's not a big deal. I got new headlights I added onto it, Clubcar sticker. It's got new front hubs. The tires were $200. They are 20 by 10 by 10. So they make a 1-inch lift kit for these golf carts for the front, and it's like $50, $24 on Amazon, something like that. And I had one ordered, but I got the tires in before I got the lift in, so I couldn't wait because I had them already mounted and everything. So I made a homemade lift kit. I had a piece of 1-inch tube stock, and I split it, the leaf spring in the frame, and I had to make these bolts. They're homemade bolts that I had made, and there's a hole going through the center of that tube stock, which I didn't need but I didn't know that at the time. I was just trying to mock up the design on the internet the best I could. But I ended up tack welding that tube stock to that leaf spring so it'll never move. And this seems to be working well. So here's the meat and potatoes. Old Predator 459. 780 clutches. Brand new 780 clutches. Brand new belt. Brand new motor going to a factory rear end. I was able to maintain the air box by cutting a little square in the seat there. People might say, well, that ain't gonna work. Well, it's been working fine for me. I was trying to keep it as factory as I could, but I had to relocate that exhaust. But looking at it now, I could have got away with it without relocating the exhaust, but I went ahead and did it anyhow. So I failed to mention as well, when I added the exhaust pipe, the carburetor was getting hiccupy, kind of with the pedal. Like when you put it down, it like chokes out a little bit. I drilled out the main jet in the carburetor, and I ended up drilling it way too big. So I went back with the 3,000 altitude above sea level jet that comes with the motor, and it's been running excellent since then. There's a whole pipe video that I made on the exhaust. I used a factory Pulse design, new Pulse pump, and the gas tank, and I really enjoy that 5-gallon gas tank because I can ride and ride and ride. I just ran a regular throttle cable around. There's a video on me making this plate here, which not really making it, but utilizing it. This is a final rendition. If you're just now watching this video, if you go back and look at the series, there's step-by-step build on how I did it. So, alright, we're gonna do some laps on it. Go up a big hill. Show you what this thing's got. She's already warmed up. I just reach down here with my left hand, give it a little gas. She's in gear right now already. So we'll start out with this hill climb. Oh yeah, that's my headlight switch too as well. I used the old keyhole switch, and that was you got to be kind of crafty. I really can't explain that when I didn't video it. I had to use a file and file out the edges. It was tedious, but I really wanted to use that original keyhole switch for something instead of it just being a keyhole. This hill, I don't know if you can tell how big it is. Probably not from the camera. But it's a decent size hill. Got a little mud before we go to it. Alright, so I'm completely stopped on the hill. It's probably a 40-degree angle. I got the brake on. The brakes work good. And I'm going to take off from a dead stop. I mean, and I could run up this hill if I wanted to, but I'm just creeping up it. And we got reverse. Put that down the hill. not even touching the brake. I am touching the brake now, but we dragging down the hill right now. I can stop though. I can stop. Got good brakes. So far, I love this golf cart. I love that I got about $1,700 in it, and it'll do whatever I want it to do, go wherever I want it to go, and it's got power. I mean, it's got the power. The 459, I'm definitely glad I did it. I'm gonna probably build another one with a 420 just to see how they compare, but probably won't compare being I went with the bigger one to begin with. But I'm gonna probably do it anyhow. Alright, I'm gonna hit it from a dead stop. Here we go. Say, man, you're giving that thing the devil. Yeah, I am giving it the devil. It's been riding like that since the day I built it. This thing runs like a scalded dog. I can do like, probably do about 28, 30 miles per hour if I want to. I got this foot pedal in there that the foot stoppers, and my kids don't run the throttle through the floor. Shut her down. Just hit the off button. Boom. She's done. I'm about to get my tripod and set the camera up on the road so you can see some pass-bys. Alright, here we go. So if you like this content, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.